Hi, welcome back to Love Your Life Coaching with Chris Tackett. Last week we talked about vision boards. We talked about setting goals and choosing a goal and then creating a vision board for making your dreams and your ideas and thoughts come to life. This week we're going to take it one step further and really activate this. If at any time during the presentation, after you've listened to it a little and had some time to digest it and you have questions, please feel free to contact me. My email is catackett@hotmail.com. I love questions and I'm getting quite a few, so thank you. I appreciate it. Like I said, last week I showed you an example of a vision board of my own and one of my daughters. And just to talk just a little bit about that and remind you what it was, a vision board is sort of getting your dreams and your thoughts and your ideas out of your head and onto paper. And a lot of times we cut magazine pictures, write our favorite quotes, just so you can sort of see, and it's a kind of guide for where your life is heading, where you'd like to see your life. The thing is, a vision board is just that. It's just dreams on paper. And they work by the power of attraction. And so sometimes putting goals outside of your head helps make them more visible for you, makes you more aware that that's what you want, and gets you kind of motivated. So now we're going to turn these goals into action. So I created a whole new action board for you that I'm going to share with you. And the whole point is to choose one goal that you really want to work on and move it forward. So it's really a simple concept. Neil Farber is a psychologist, and he talks a lot about action boards. And they sort of take the mysticism out of vision boards. It is the first system that incorporates the importance of active visualization and uses principles of positive psychology, attraction, value-based goals, mindfulness, and accountability. Okay? So let me illustrate with a small story about the difference between a vision board and an action board. So a vision board is like a man standing up on stage. I actually saw a speaker do this once, talking about vision in action. And he stood up in front of the audience and he said, "Imagine, if you will, that this $50 bill is available for you." And he holds up a $50 bill and he said, "And it is. What are you going to do?" And that's sort of the vision board, right? This guy holding a $50 bill. The action board is, what am I going to do to get it? And some woman was smart enough to get up out of her seat and walk up to the front of the stage and take the $50 bill. That was the action. Okay? So she had to make a plan, and I'm going to show you how to make a plan today. So vision boards are for dreaming and kind of getting your ideas and thoughts out of your head and onto paper. Action boards are for achieving. Okay? So I chose, if you remember, my vision board had visions. I'm thinking about having a healthier life, eating better, growing fresh veggies, those kind of things, improving my work situation, having more clients, creating an office space, and going on vacation. So I had some pictures of water and cruises and Disney. So I decided that my action board is going to be all about Disney. And I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I've been very busy. You know, we're all very busy. And so I decided I would just throw this together. And it wasn't a long process. I think I maybe spent a total of 20 minutes gathering supplies, putting it all together, 20 minutes. After I did it, the motivation to continue doing it, to further myself and reach different places, expanded exponentially. The feedback I got from other people was amazing, and it helped me kind of guide even further where I wanted to go. Interestingly enough, I've read a lot about goals and actions and visions and affirmations and all of these things. And one thing that is another theme that goes along with this is ask. Ask people for what you want. Ask people for ideas, you know. And so I decided to put that into action, and I asked some people about what did they know about going to Walt Disney World, what did they know about Disney cruises, and my response was huge. Now I have so much information to go through, I don't even know where to start, but at least I've got the information, and I really didn't have to do any work to get there. So, ask for what you want. Ask for what you want. Okay? So let me show you my vision board, or my action board, I'm sorry. I started with a vision board. Well, I started with my Dominator statement, and that was Disney 2015. And I started with a vision board so that I could sort of see visually what I wanted to do. And these are all pictures of Disney princesses, the cruise ship, Mickey Mouse, you know, Disney stuff. And I put my Dominator statement up here, and that was that my family and I are going to Disney in 2015. Okay? So then I put it in positive terms that we are definitely doing this. Okay? And I made a when. So I put a date on it. Now, this date's very broad. One of my goals is to narrow down that date, but I have some research to do. Okay, so these are little steps. These are steps to get me where I'm going. So after I put my my Dominator statement down, my what do I exactly want to achieve, and I was very specific about that goal. I wanted to talk about when is this going to occur. Now I'm going to start getting bite-sized, small goals that I can start reaching. So the next thing was to talk about motivators. So what motivates me to want to reach this goal in 2015? So I'll just share a few things with you. My daughters will be about 7 years old, which is a perfect age for our family to do this. I think she'll remember it. She'll enjoy it. She's old enough to walk and not need naps and all of those things. So the age is perfect. We've never been. Haven't been on a vacation in a very long time. We'll have a lot of fun. We have the means to accomplish this. So all of those things I wrote down on my action board, that those are my motivators. This is what's going to keep me in line with doing my actions for how I'm going to get there. And then I made some commitments. That's the next step. So we talked about what's your goal, what are your motivators to that goal. Now we're talking about commitments. So my commitments that I wrote down, and I'm going to be updating this as I reach goals and as I learn more and as I experience more of obtaining this. So it will get updated too. So some of my commitments: save back some money, and eventually I'm going to put a number on that. Save some money back from every paycheck. Book a date. Discuss dates with my husband. Set a play date with a friend who's been to Disney, who has lots of ideas. Look for iPhone apps, websites, those kind of things to start looking at plans. Care for my cat, who will, find out family or friends who would be willing to take my cat for a few days. Find new home care clients or extra work that will help fund some of this. So I just started putting my commitments down. And these two things sort of went together. My next thing was challenges to reaching this goal. So I had motivators, commitments, and challenges. And initially I had a few challenges, finding extra income, lots of time that would need to be spent researching it. I've never been, so planning feels really overwhelming. And then all of a sudden I started really thinking about all the challenges that might keep me from reaching this goal. Thinking about, will my daughter be in school? Do I need to take her out of school? How do I feel about that? My cat, he's going to need some care. What am I going to do with the cat? How long should we go? How long can we stay away from home, not be in work, all of those things? And as I started finding new challenges, that's when I added a few more commitments. I found a challenge in the cat care, and I went back over here to my commitments section and said, find cat care. So it wasn't all that linear for me. I had to go between a couple of these spots. Okay, so, but this really made me sort of start thinking about all the things that we're going to go into planning this goal. So we've got the dominator statement, we're going to Disney in 2015. Our motivators, why do you want to go? Our commitments, how dedicated are you to making this happen? What's your game plan? What steps are you going to take? And then we have challenges. What obstacles may you experience during this? How will you rise to the challenge? And some of those ways that I decided to rise to my challenge was add them to my commitments list. Okay, so you see how it all works together. So I've got this plan falling together. You can also start thinking about what are your strengths, which may be some of your motivators, right? And also some of your reinforcements. So friends who could watch the cat, friends who know more about Disney than I do. You know, I started thinking about my reinforcements, my resources, and how could I tap into those. The last thing when you're creating an action board and an action plan is to read it and look at it every day, because every day you want to take some step to making this move forward. So even if it's just a 5-minute thing, you know, you want to do at least something to get you motivated and moving forward. Everything you've ever wanted is outside of your comfort zone. And I want you to remember that. You're here, and that's your comfort zone, and everything you want is over here. So this action board draws you a nice bridge, a nice direction and roadmap to getting out of your comfort zone and getting to where you want to go. Okay? And remember, as you're doing this kind of work and forwarding your goals, that I gave you an example of my own personal goal, but this could be anything. If I have time, I'll give you one on weight loss and sort of do the outline for you, because you can really use this to activate anything that you want in your life. Remember, too, that you don't have to be better than everyone or anyone else. You just have to be better than you ever thought that you could be. And you have to have control of your self-talk and of your thoughts in order to achieve success. Because we always move toward what we think about. So as you start controlling your thoughts to the more positive, that this is achievable, it's not as overwhelming as it is in my head, especially when I start putting it on paper and making an action plan. It's not as overwhelming and terrifying as it sounds when it's all in my head. And when you start changing your thoughts and moving your thought process to more positive, more present thoughts, you really can change everything in your environment. And I'll give you an example of that for me. About 6 months ago, maybe, I put a magnet in my car. It's only about this big, but it says live with passion. And I don't spend much time thinking about it. I don't, do very many affirmations about it. I didn't make a vision board about it. Every single time I get in my car, I see this little sign that says live with passion, and it reminds me to control my thoughts, control my self-talk, and live a passionate life. And it is as easy as that. And you can do that. A couple other things that I wanted to talk about were that you have to start doing affirmations and really start changing the way that you think. E.B. White is the author that wrote Charlotte's Web, and he said one of my most favorite quotes, and it is that a writer who waits for ideal conditions to start writing will never put a word down on paper before he dies. And that goes for all of our life circumstances. We spend so much time waiting for that one ideal moment to get started, to start our new exercise routine, to start planning a trip to Disney, to go start interviewing. You know, we want to be ideal. We want to be prepped and ready. And sometimes if you're just sitting around waiting, those opportunities are going to pass you up. Just like the man who had the $50 bill, all these people were waiting for that ideal moment to make it happen. And somebody said, I'm not going to plan. I'm just going to walk up there and take it. And she got the $50, you know? So making plans is important. But start there. Start there. Don't wait until it's an ideal time. I was noticing that some of my friends were saying things to me like, I wish we could go to Disney. The money never seems to be there. And right now, today, I probably don't have the money or the time to go to Disney. But I can't let that stop me from put my goals on hold because it's not ready now. So I'm going to get my life ready so that I can do it, so that I can reach my potential, so that I can have success, so that I can do the things that I want to do. And let me give you another example of an action board. So let's say your dominator statement is to have a healthy mind and a healthy body. Or your dominator statement might say, I am beautiful. My outside matches my inside. Okay, so that's your dominator statement. A lot of us start with dominator statements like, I want to lose weight. But if you say you're already there, that's how you meet it. Okay, so start your dominator statements as, I'm already there. I am already beautiful and my outside matches my inside. Write your target weight and your weight loss, the total and small weight loss goals out on your action board. Include pictures of bodies that you might like to have with realistic goals, or a picture of you at your ideal weight at some point in your life. Circle specific dates where you want to meet these goals by. And do them in small increments, kind of like dominoes. Knock the first one out, and then the second one's going to be easier, and then the next one's easier and easier and easier until you didn't even realize you've met your big goal because you've been knocking down the dominoes like they were nothing. Okay? So do small increments for your goals. In words and in pictures, specify why you want to lose weight. Like, I want to be healthier, to live longer, spend more time with my families, overcome my health problems that I've already got, fit into that dress again, those kind of things. And you can, again, show pictures of yourself in the dress you want to fit into, pictures of your children if that's your motivator, pictures of you at the beach or of a beach. And pictures of things you'll eat, people exercising, those kind of things. Think about the challenges to meeting the weight loss goal. Holiday parties, families' eating habits. Think about the self-talk that you do already. Well, I ate that cookie. I might as well just chuck the whole thing, because don't we do that? We eat one cookie and go, I guess I'm not going to meet my diet goals. I might as well eat that gallon of ice cream. I might as well not go to work out today, you know. So identify those things that you do to sabotage your goals in moving forward. Strengths. identify those action strengths that you have that will help you achieve weight loss objectives, like bravery, fortitude, creativity, adaptability. All of those things are strengths that you possess that are going to help you reach your weight loss goals. Include pictures that resonate with your strengths. Again, use quotes, use pictures of those strengths. Reinforce. Remember, reinforcements. Have a list or pictures of people who reinforce your goals. People you can rely on for encouragement. Again, quotes are a wonderful thing. Mentors, significant others, support groups, those kind of things that will help get you where you need to go. And remember to always read your action board every single day, because the more that you've got this in the forefront of your brain, the easier and faster you're going to get there. So our first step in this whole process is to choose a goal. Weight loss, going to Disney, finding that new job, buying a new car, having a happier life, whatever it may be. Pick that goal, write it out as a dominator statement, create a vision board of what you like your life to look like. Cut pictures and words out, put them on a board, make a big plan, an overall plan, and then get down to the nitty-gritty and turn those into actions. Figure out what are you going to do to achieve healthier living, happier life, new career, going back to school, weight loss, whatever it is. Pick some actions that you can do every day, small steps, baby steps to get you where you're going. I'm going to leave you with an example of an affirmation that I say every day to myself that keeps my mind focused on the positives, and it allows me to get out of my way. And then next week, we'll talk more about affirmations. I'll give you some examples of some affirmations that you could take note of and use in your own life. But affirmations are statements about yourself that keep you in a positive frame. And sometimes you don't necessarily believe them now, but that's okay, because if you keep saying them, you will start to believe them. And we'll talk about that. This is the key to changing your life. So my affirmation is, I like and respect myself because I know that I am worthy, capable, and valuable. And I know you are too. So write that affirmation down and start saying it every day. It's going to do wonders for changing your self-esteem. It's going to get you motivated to start working on your goals. And I hope that you join me next week and work more on affirmations. In the meantime, if you have questions, if you have comments, you can email me at catackett@hotmail.com. I look forward to hearing from you, and I can't wait to see you next week.